We're live. We're back.
Back for a massive Monday slate.
Yeah, 11 games.
Flagship 111 will never die. It will always be alive in the streets.
Yeah, I like the 111s, especially when you're on a budget, when you're keeping the funds low.
Yeah, I think you both got I had a 10K weekend. But got Sunday scaries strike again. I mean, Sundays are like the high and lows of my career, right? Like because football, right?
It's always been the best. I mean, like 100K on a Sunday, so like I gotta give some back to the gods.
Dude, my favorite thing would be the 100K Monday because then I can give it all back during the week.
Yeah, for sure.
So no, I like this. I'll play the single entry tonight too. I do like it. I think this slate's pretty cut and dry as far as like there's two obvious spots that you want to play, and then
there's more than that.
Yeah, I think there's the spots there's two very obvious spots. Obviously, we'll talk about the Cubs game blowing out Wrigley, hot, humid, and then we'll talk about Coors. Those are the two most obvious spots.
Yeah, I think that you're missing a team with like the second highest team total on the entire slate, and it's not in any of those spots.
What I'm just saying as far as like team, I mean, those are the two best spots.
No, you're missing a spot. You're missing a spot, and I love this spot. I don't think you'll like it as much, but like Park Factor's better than Coors today.
Dodgers?
Yep, the Dodgers.
I just don't like that. I mean, Gage jump is elite.
Yeah, I mean it's the perfect spot to go. Like it's like this is the Park Factor. The Park Factor is a real thing, and like that's a small.
It hasn't been there. It hasn't been there though. Like it's been fine. Look at the over under and like Gage jump's elite. Like he's a you like the Dodgers?
Oh, dude, 100%. This is the thing is like Gage jump is good. Yeah, this is the thing with prospects. That's like prospects again are more volatile than any other. Like they're going to be volatile anyways. It's gonna, and I think what is the team? Yeah, it's like the Dodger favors to 10.5 total. It's like they are.
The kid has a .94 WHIP. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starts. He's been phenomenal. Which is
great because in AAA before he got called up was not this consistent. So there will be inconsistencies in this profile. And the numbers you just underlined looks great because his first 7 starts has looked great.
The Dodgers just profile better against righties, not lefties. And you got a lefty kid that's been very good. That there's not a lot of tape on. No, hard pass. But let's jump into the slate. Let's go game by game. Hard pass.
It's just to me. It's like I think they have the second highest team total, right? So it's like you got. They won't be
owned. We'll get the Dodgers single-digit owns. I bet you everyone on their team is going to be 5% less or less.
And they shouldn't be. Like,
yeah. All right, let's jump into the slate.
There's a lot to go on. Okay,
babies over here. So
yeah. Well, the first game we got Detroit going to New York. We got Weathers on the mound for New York, and then we have Mize coming back for Detroit. I mean, like first take on this is like not interested either way. Like. Casey Mize at 7.7, somewhat like that price is fairly good given what we've seen from him, but I don't like him here against the Yankees. Weathers at 8.8 is a complete pass, even though Detroit's been somewhat soft offensively. I think this is just like on an 11-game slate, you just pass in this spot. Yeah. Don't play Weathers, don't play Mize, but like even in Yankee Stadium,
I just don't like this spot for bats. Like you could convince me on pitchers, but then you're like, oh well, it's Yankee Stadium. Do I even need to take the risk here? Casey Mize's underlines are so good. Definitely. He's be the A side for me. I know it's the Yankees. We don't have Judge. We know the Yankees can strike out. There's guys in that lineup that have a 30% plus K rate, right? So looking at Stacks, you can easily find that out. But Weather's just too up and down. I mean, he could have 9 strikeouts, but also could have a real shitty outing here. So for me, it's gonna be a pass in this game. You got to isolate. What do we have? 13 games. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I know it's 11. It's 11.
Double digits. Sorry, yeah. I always say 13 for some reason, but yeah, so it's still
11. Yeah, in 11 games, it's like this spot to me is like Mize at 7.7 would be the most interesting, but like
it's still.
I think you were breaking up where I was. Continue, sir.
Yeah, it was just me. Sorry, it was me. I'm at the beach, so it's just like service is always very unpredictable. But yeah, I do think this is where you can easily get an SPT from if you're looking for Mize is someone that might be sub 10% owned. So not totally off the band there, but otherwise, once again, 11-game slate, gonna have to pick your spots. This is not gonna be a spot I'm gonna focus on.
Agreed. Yeah, pass for me. Weathers is too expensive at 8.8. Like he's been the better pitcher for sure. Even a recent production underlying, he's been the better pitcher, but 8.8 I think is a little rich in this slate. Okay, so no bats, no pitchers here. This is just a pass game. Let's get to the next one. We got the Mets going to Toronto. We got so for the Mets, we have Sean Manaea, and then for Toronto, we have Trey Savage. I don't know, like, so here, Trey Savage is 8-1. I mean, we've seen some elite performances, strikeout performances in Toronto. I don't hate that price. Like, obviously, straight up over Ryan Weathers, I think at the $700 discount, he makes all the sense there. But I think as a middling SP2, potentially SP1 if you're going cheapies. Then Sean Manaea, like, when he came back, I was like, the profile looks decent, but he just hasn't, the production hasn't been there, and he's not going very deep. So I think it's going to be a pass for Manaea at 7K. With that said, I think he's serviceable enough. I'm just not going to play Toronto there. But I do like Savage a little bit at 8-1. The production is somewhat inconsistent, and so is the pitch count. Like, they will tend to pull him back a little early. I mean, he went 105 in his last start, so maybe not. But yeah, I think maybe a little thin. People had him playing pitchers against the Mets because they've just been beat up. But I think there's still some, danger in that lineup. So this is another game on 11-game slate. I just feel like you pass, right? In Toronto, I don't want to play. I'm not playing the Mets against the Savage, and I'm not playing Manaea against Toronto. I just feel like the bats coming back on both sides. They're not going to be, like, they could be serviceable, but not good enough to win you anything in a big GPP.
Yeah, I mean, Trey Savage is definitely in the pool for me. I mean, the guy is pretty much unhittable when he's throwing things in the zone. Like, he is so good. The movement profile is so good. I mean, obviously, I'm not just biased, obviously, with East Carolina, but, man, in the World Series, actually, was just phenomenal. So, the kid's amazing talent, amazing arm. And Luzardo was 50% owned last night. So, another lefty against the Mets. He's probably going to get some ownership. There's just more risk in this profile. There's other pitchers I think have a little bit more certainty on the slate. So, your Savage is definitely in the pool, not Xing him out. I'm not going to play Manaea. I wouldn't say it's unlikely that Manaea gets a little shocked here. You got a couple of righties in that lineup for Toronto that cause them problems. Obviously Okamoto, obviously Vlad. So for me, I'm not going to do it, but I totally get the play. But once again, we're looking at pass. We're first few games here. I'm definitely going to pass on. But Trey Savage at 8-1, that's a fine price tag. He has ace level stuff. Hasn't really shown that as far as his game log lately, but the guy is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if I want to do it here, but there's still strikeouts in that Mets lineup. So 8-1, definitely interested, definitely on the periphery for me right now, but probably won't do it in the single entry.
Yeah, I think they're just better options on the board, to be honest with you. Toronto like has some power righties, but man, like they don't put it together in a way that's like meaningful in a DFS slate. Like, Okamoto once will have like a 2-home run game. Vlad Guerrero will go 3 for 4 with 3 singles. It's just not, to me, it's not enough. It's too thin on this slate. So, I think Toronto would be the ace out offensively. I just don't think it's enough to win you anything. They could be a nice filler stack, like as a 5-3, and they could be the 3. But I just think I won't get there. So it'll be a pass for me. Your Savage is okay. I'm just like not super interested there. If I get to him, maybe. I think, if I'm going like cheapies.
If we look back in 2 years, though, and we're like, who's the most talented pitcher, right? Like,
Trey Savage is talented. He's talented. But even as
Savage is a guy that could be 10K for multiple seasons. But listen, it's a microcosm of 1-game slate. I mean, a singular slate, 11 games. So but let's move on to the next game. No reason to waste any more oxygen. That's more of a pass game for both of us. But pitching is what you're gonna want to have in that game, is my opinion. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Justice Savage. Yeah. Okay, we'll get to the next one. We got Washington going to Boston. Ranger Suarez pitching against the Lizard King, Mikolas. So Ranger Suarez at 9-3, Mikolas at 5-5. I mean, my first reaction to this is like, why the Lizard King's been a little bit better. I like Boston a little bit here. I don't know what the weather looks like. This Boston to me is going to be a lower owned stack.
I like Boston way more than the Dodgers. Way more than the Dodgers.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the boon for the Dodgers are, supremely better offensively and on the road. So, to me, it's the edges clearly to the Dodgers, but Boston is a good pivot point. Like, on this slate, it's like not going to be high-owned offense. Washington's bullpen's not very good, and you get Miklos starting. So, Boston's really interesting. I want to see their lineup, who they roll out. Obviously, if Duran's in there, he's a power, sock and shoe combo guy. Want to see their lineup. But tepid interest. I think Ranger Suarez at 9-3 is okay. He does have ace level stuff, and like we've seen some ace level performances. I think the pitcher in the next game, Parker Messick, I think is just clearly better, and his like recent performances have been better. I think you just prefer Parker Messick over Ranger, and I don't think I'll be paying up at both spots at SP today. So, for me, it's probably going to be Ranger. I mean, like in this game, it's going to be like Ranger and Boston stacks, and I won't have anything from the Washington side.
Yeah, I'll keep this short. I don't really want anything in this game, and Mikolas can be horrible at times and also serviceable at times. And I disagree on Rangers' price. I think he's not. I don't like his price whatsoever. I think the Nationals are a pesky team. They're leading the league in runs scored. I mean, they have platoon bats who actually bonk you in the head. I mean, Curtis Mead is a like it's just like their team is a problem at times. And like guys like Luis Garcia Jr., he probably won't be in here with the platoon, right, lefty and lefty. But man, there's guys like Dylan Cruz back is like he's hitting on wrestling bases. Like that offense is pesky.
Yeah.
But the Nationals are not the Nationals of yesteryear. They can cause some problems. And James Wood, batting leadoff is also a problem. So I see what you're saying. For me, I don't want to really play Ranger in this spot. It's going to be a pass. But yeah, I totally understand. He's been phenomenal lately, and we know Ranger he can be up and down. So for me,
Ranger probably is going to be a top 3 highest scoring pitcher on the slate today. Like just when you look at the entire slate, like in the pitching options, he'll be a top 3 highest scoring pitcher. I don't know if that will be enough for you to need him at 9.
I don't know. There's a couple. I think the top end of pitcher is pretty flat. I don't think there's a discernible difference.
To me, it's like Ranger and Parker Messick clearly like. In recent production, underlying numbers all suggest those are the.
I'm not going to look at recent production. So, like, the reason I say it's flat is like I'm just looking here. Is like we have this is pretty flat to me as far as like we have Kirby, Savage, Suarez, Messick. I wouldn't really throw Weathers in there, but like I'm not going to play.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like Ranger 100 times out of 100 over Weathers, 100 times over 100 over Trey Savage. Like this is to me, it's like
it can't be 100 times out of 100 over Trey Savage. The stuff profile on both these guys is not even comparable. Like Ranger Suarez stuff can't even sniff.
No, dude, that's great. Yeah. You're talking about long-term form, though. I'm
talking about stuff plus like the actual pitch mix in what his arm talent is not the same as just.
Dude, I mean, dude, Ranger Suarez is an ace. Like he's
not an ace.
The underlying numbers like still favor. No. Right now favor Ranger Suarez. Though. It's just like
listen. First of all, he's not an ace, so. You have to watch.
He's Boston's ace, probably, right? Like because Garrett Crochet's out.
Only because Crochet's on the mound, but like, if you're like, you know what, we're entering the season, Ranger's going to be our ace. You're not happy. You're not happy with the Ranger as your number one. You're not.
Yeah.
But you're Savage. You're like, well, he's fine as the number one. So, but anyways, let's not waste too much time in this game. Yeah, I understand you want to pick in the Lizard King. That's fine. I probably won't do it in this slate. We'll be playing Ranger. Obviously, I just gave you the sell case, but I think he's fine. It's just the sell case is mostly the Nationals. It's probably a bias of mine just playing pitchers against them.
But by all metrics, the Nationals are overperforming. Like the underlying stats don't say that they should not be as good as they've been. So it's like, but like, are they going to overperform all season? That's the merit. It's
my only thing is we have a team that loves to hit and run. Like these guys are menaces in the base path, and that's a problem for pitchers.
Yeah.
And that's really what they've been running. Pitchers against them have been running into trouble with is guys like Cruz and them get on and just like multiple bases. Yeah. Like that's how that really affects your pitcher scoring, right? If they give up 2 to 3 runs and it's just like they're laboring because these guys are stealing bases, that's a problem. So, yeah, let's jump to the next game, though. I understand. I mean, like you said, Ranger's been so good. I mean, he's probably going to be the highest scoring pitcher on the slate now that I'm pulling the fade on him.
It's expensive. So, I mean, like the highest scoring pitcher to me could be like 27 points in this slate. And so, like, 27 points at pitcher is not like.
There's just one guy later on I'm locking in pitcher. Like, there's one guy for sure I'm playing. I'm just trying to figure out the SP2. So,
probably George Kirby for sure, and we'll get to that game. I mean, he's been taking. I love George Kirby. I'm probably going to play him.
If you look at his recent pitch mix, everything looks fine there, and like Seattle's a game where it's kind of cold there. It's windy.
It's Seattle too.
No Trout. It's just like the perfect recipe for him just to be fine in the mid-8. So
my favorite pitchers in this next game though. We got Texas going to Cleveland, and we have Parker Messick, and then it was supposed to be DeGrom, but it looks like it's like an opener, long reliever. Santos is going to open, I think, or Alexander's going to open. Santos will be in long relief. You can't play you can't play that combo on DraftKings, but Parker Messick at 9.8, like he's expensive, but like everything looks great. Texas does strike out a lot. It's in Cleveland, which is a pitcher-friendly park historically. I don't think any weather concerns. I think at cost, he's like just slightly better than Ranger. I think you can pay for pitchers on today's slate. There's so many good offensive spots, and there's cheap offensive spots too. In great game environments. To me, it's a pretty clear, like, play Parker Messick and avoid the rest of it. Like, Cleveland would be interesting, but, like, no one's healthy there. Like, yeah, you can maybe get some cheapies, but, like, Cleveland just has no healthy bodies. And so, like, there's no protection. Like, they don't turn the lineup over enough for them to be warranted in DFS. So the option here is just play Parker Messick and don't do anything else from this game.
I couldn't agree more. I don't think we need to waste time. It's Messick and pass. For me, I need to check him DeGrom. I don't know if he got scratched, if there's some type of injury there.
Potentially. I didn't.
He's not the DeGrom yesterday. I'll take a look as you transition to the next game.
Yeah, so the next game we have Cincinnati going to Milwaukee. So this one is like interesting from a GP pitcher perspective. We had Nick Lodolo at 6'2" versus Gasser at 6'7". I mean, to me, it's like Lodolo at 6'2". We saw like a decent outing last time. I think put like 17 DK points. The concern is Milwaukee, man. Milwaukee's pretty deep. Like they keep losing games, but like their offense is still pretty scary. So like I can't play Lodolo here. Although like maybe he may make a build and like where I want to go up at pitching. I mean up at bats. But for me, it's like it's like a Lodolo potential, and then man, I really want to play Cincinnati against Gasser. Like Gasser's like a bottom tier prospect for Milwaukee, but like the Milwaukee bullpen's pretty good, and like Cincinnati they strike out too much. They're not getting through the lineup. They're not getting enough turn. Like they're not getting enough rotation through the lineup where it's like I feel good about like stacking the team. So maybe like a one-off Ellie De La Cruz would be interesting because I think he can, at shortstop can like put himself in a position to score 30 plus points and separate there. But I think it's Lodolo in those builds where you pay up for like all the superstars, like a Shohei or Freddie Freeman if you're doing that way. And then maybe like a one-off Ellie. But outside of that, I'm really not that interested in this game.
Yeah, I'm not really interested. I don't think I'll play Lodolo, although I love him long term. Stuff hasn't been the same. For some reason, that blister really changed the way he throws. I think he's just prone to blisters, and it's just his grip's got to change. I haven't looked deep into that, but something's going on there. He's not the same pitcher he was just last year, and it's not a arm injury; it's a finger injury. So I just don't really understand. But Gasser, I do like a little bit too. I think he's going to be a fine pitcher in the league, probably a 3 or 4. But it's not. I'm not going to play him this late. And I'll probably just fade this game, right? You've heard me say that a lot, but there's other spots I do want to prioritize, and I just don't think I'm going to take the risk of Lodolo. I've done that in other slates, and he's just walking too many guys right now. I don't want to take the risk in a slate like this with the big 111. I just don't think he provides enough upside with his low strikeout rate at the moment.
Yeah, same. And Milwaukee's scared. I mean, Milwaukee has one of the most complete lineups in baseball. Like up top.
They'll get after you.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's get to the next game. So we have San Diego going to Chicago. One's blown out here. Good game environment. And both, to me, is like underwhelming pitchers on the mound. So you have Shota Imanaga for Chicago and then Griffin Canning for San Diego. My preferred side here is definitely be San Diego. And the merit really is just the cost. Is so, I mean, like everyone, you could 5-stack San Diego and like your average salary per player is like 3.7. Like it's just so affordable. And like you have guys that their StatCast numbers look pretty good too. It's like, I just think you play San Diego here on the road, and I think they'll be the lower owned side. I think they'll be one of the lower owned top stacks on the entire slate. So I think you'll get leverage on the field, and it's still a great spot because Shota's problem is the long ball. And like when the wind's blowing out, just give me the stack against the guy that has a problem with the long ball. On the other side, though, Griffin Canning's he's a can. So like if you want to just beat up on this guy, you can. And so like The vibes in the Cubbies are bad, but Pete Crow Armstrong is like a phenomenal one-off. He does everything well right now. I mean, even when he doesn't play, like do from a real life baseball standpoint, when he doesn't play well from that perspective, he still like does well from a DFS perspective. So I think he's expensive though. Let me look at his price. I want to say last time I saw him was like 6'4". He's 6'3". So like you're paying for it in the outfield. I just feel like you could fade that. And I think straight up like Jackson Merrill is like 3,000 cheaper. So like, not that you need the cost, but like Jackson Merrill puts up 17, Pete Crow puts up 20. It's like Jackson Merrill is just a better play in that position. So my preferred side is San Diego. Love Chicago still as well, but I think what I'll probably end up doing is most of my teams will center around San Diego as like a core piece tonight. And I don't know if you like that, but I just think the price combination with like guys that have upside that haven't, like they still have good underlying numbers, but haven't really performed that well against a guy that just gives up the long ball and Shota. So San Diego will be my preference, and then I'll sprinkle in Chicago guys depending on who plays in their lineup.
Yeah, I'm complete opposite. I mean, Chicago's a priority. I'll play very little San Diego outside of Ty France as long as he's in the lineup. Smashes lefties, but I mean the same sentiment for San Diego could be shared with Chicago here because they're way too cheap. I mean, Ballesteros got sent down. Kelly's 2.6, Amaya's 2.7. You're gonna get value there. I mean, a lot of the guys in the lineups are too cheap. I mean, I'm gonna play Bregman. I'm gonna play if Pedro Martinez in the lineup. I'm gonna play him. Pedro Ramirez is gonna play him. I mean, PCA is a guy I'm always gonna play. When I'm playing the Cubs, I'm not leaving that guy out. He just has so much upside, so much more than any other bat in that lineup. So if they hit around, if they score 12 to 15 runs, it's just gonna be like, well, PCA is a part of that. He just always is gonna be. So Cubs probably gonna be my 5-man. And that's what it looks like right now. They're just too affordable. So I mean, the same thing could be said, but you're not wrong. Shota has a problem with home runs. He's definitely the better pitcher than Canning. There's no doubt about that. He is a better pitcher than Griffin Canning. But yeah, he has a problem, and his big problem is home runs. And in a park where the wind blow out, that's just not a good recipe. So my priority is I'm a Ty France guy. He got hit on the wrist Friday, and he pinch hit last night, so he should be fine. And that worries me a little bit. But he's really my favorite bat against lefties for the Padres. He's going to be a guy will play in 111 if he's in the lineup. But yeah, for me, it's just going to be a Cubs, and then moving on.
I'm not going to talk off the Cubs, but Griffin Canning is an elite at one thing, and that one thing, he's an elite ground ball pitcher. His ground ball numbers, he's to me, it's I get that case. Chicago is a little bit more expensive than San Diego, and you're going against a ground ball guy, and in the stadium that is the reason you want to stack this game, the reason the total size is because the fly balls will turn into home runs. And so a guy against a guy like Griffin Canning sucks everywhere. He could get BABIP to death, and he may give up a couple home runs because he will do that. But he is good at one thing, and that's keeping the ball on the ground. So to me is I don't know if the field will look at that and see that, and I think the field will play Chicago because of the high total. And Griffin Canning still Griffin Canning still sucks. So he is still going to get hit. So they don't. He doesn't.
He's 82nd. He's 82nd percentile ground balls. This is the problem. This is what you see is if you get a guy like PC at bat, and he's not a ground ball hit. He's a fly ball pull hitter, right? So you get something that's kind of in the middle. This is what happens. You get a ground ball pitcher against a fly ball hitter with the wind blowing out. Those are line drives.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's when I'm digging into the day, that is a point to me against playing the Chicago side, because I think obviously they're going to be owned. When the wind's blowing out in course, they're going to be played. But Canning will keep the ball on the ground for the most part. And if he does that, it will limit the park factor that's benefiting this game. So again, they're still in a great spot because Canning sucks. So he could not give up a home run and still give up 11 runs. So that's right. You don't need to give up home runs to be stacked against the guy. But that's just a point I wanted to make. Cool. Well, yeah, I think we're on different sides of this game, but game environment's great. Choose your warrior there.
Choose your fighter.
Choose your warrior fighter. Okay, let's get the next game. Let me go to pull up pictures. So we got Minnesota going to Houston. We got Lambert on the rock for Houston. Then Zebby Matthews coming back from Minnesota. This is another spot. Both pitchers are pretty good. Lambert, I had some tepid interest in because I hate Minnesota. But 8.4, I feel is a decent price too, and he's been pretty good. Underlying's pretty good as well. Zebby Matthews has the prospect pedigree, but I don't really love it against Houston. Houston's a little bit healthier now, hitting the ball well. My preferred side is to play Lambert if I do anything from this game, but because of other pitching options I like a little bit more that are, just slightly more expensive and a little cheaper, I think I won't get there. And then Zebby's good enough where I won't play Houston, but I also don't want to play Zebby against this lineup. So I think this game is, to me, screams no one scores enough to win you anything. So I think this will be a pass.
Yeah, originally when I first looked at the slate, I really did like Lambert, and then I was just man, Trey Savage is staring me in the face a little bit cheaper, and Lambert's safer. Trey Savage is more upside, and that's really where I land on him. I'm not playing cash games. I'm trying to win tournaments, so I think Trey Savage really does offer more upside. Obviously, Lambert's general outcomes are going to be a little bit safer than Savage, but I think Savage can touch 30 points in this spot, and I don't think Lambert has that same type of upside. So for me, definitely looking to Lambert as an SP2. And probably will look there at some point tonight in one of the 111s I'm in, but probably not going to be a priority. I just don't know if he has as much upside. And we know that, right? He's just kind of a guy that's kind of, surged this year, but his long-term track record is not great. So these guys pop up during the season sometimes, and I just don't know if Lambert's going to be here next year in the same spot. So, but I know your Savage is talented. So, once again, this is a pitcher spot all day. No bats whatsoever in this game. Not even going to sniff my teams.
Yeah, same. Cool. Let's get to the next one. This will be a big game here. So we got Miami going to Colorado. I got Sandy Alcantara versus Sean. I think it's Sean Sullivan. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's Sean Sullivan coming back. I think I don't know how long he's won any game. He's won 90 pitches, so maybe he will be
terrible.
It's been bad. And this is a course game, so you know what to do. I mean, I love Sandy from a best ball perspective, but it's just tough to play him here. It's because he the name of the game for him is get through innings. I think it's just harder to do that in Coors. So it makes me want to I won't be playing Coors against Sandy, but I won't be considering Sandy at 7-4. Although if this was a bigger, less pitching options, maybe I would. But I just feel it's a little thin here. And then the Miami's the preferred side, but game theory for me is fade Coors. I think there's better spots to get to. Miami is obviously in a good spot, but I just, like usually when these slates happen, I feel like there's good offensive spots that are comparable that aren't cores. I will just get there given the ownership discrepancy. So that's kind
of
where
these
I'm
bats
at.
for Miami are definitely better against righties. So you get a lefty in there, Sullivan. He sucks, right? But Otto Lopez obviously good against a lefty here. Herbato. And the outfield, very good. Statcast looks very good. Like those guys a lot. But other than that, obviously Casey's, Yamarcy's, these guys against lefties are just not as good. So I totally get that. I'm not going to be playing guys against Sandy. I kind of like Sandy in the spot in the sevens. You probably don't need to do it. He's not a strikeout pitcher, but the guy can throw 115 pitches every start. So he's got a rubber arm out there. So he's fine. Probably don't want to do that in core. It's not worth the risk. And it's just not worth the risk because he doesn't strike enough guys out. So yeah, who cares if he goes deep, right? If he has 2 or 3 strikeouts, it's just not valuable here. So for me, Marlins are definitely going to make the single for me as of now. Probably just a 3-man, like I said, but definitely like their side. That's the A side. Probably bet them in this spot for sure. So
other than the Marlins win this game.
Fading the Colorado side.
Yeah, I think this is a game where there's better offenses to me on this slate, and like given
you could fade Coors and not get away with it. I feel pretty confident saying that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get the next game here. I think I led this when we just kind of preamble at the beginning, but the Dodgers are going to Sutter Health. You got Gage Jump versus Eric Lauer. Gage Jump's been phenomenal, right? In this first 7 starts, like better than advertised to start his young career. But he's going against the Dodgers tonight in a park that benefits the offenses. And so I just feel like the Dodgers are going to come in quite low owned. Like they have nearly a 6 team total, and like they get put double digits up in this spot, and like they're not that expensive either. Like guys like Freddie Freeman are just like playing so well. I mean, and there's just like, to me, it's like maybe we get those guys at single digits. Where like if it was like Jeffrey Springs on the mound, Freddie Freeman would be 20% owned. Well, he'll be 6% owned.
He'd be higher. He'd be less than 6% owned. Gage Jump is good. Gage Jump is good, and I just want to leave with it. Like I'm not rubber stamping it because like Gage Jump in his 6 or 7 starts has yet to allow a home run. The guy, and like, is that a fluky thing, or he's just not getting hit hard? Like,
but just like this time last year in AAA, like that wasn't the case. Yeah, dude, phenomenal in his first 7 starts, but like no aces are phenomenal for 12 starts in a row. I mean, sometimes they are, but like, and he's not.
It's a bad start for him. 4 to 5 runs.
No, he's not. But he's not that guy, and like he was inconsistent just before he got to the big league. So there is some positive variance.
I'm just selling it as a tournament play because the Dodgers will be unowned tonight. They will be unowned. Yeah. People are not going to. Gage Jump has been too good. His underlying suggests he is that good.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll be that low on because like there is.
They will be two. They will be single.
The team total suggests that they won't be. Like it's just like they're favored on the road, and like they nearly. It's like the total so high is like people are not going. Oh, I'm not playing. Like it's like it's not like an 8.5. It's like nearly 11, and the Dodgers are favored. So like
they'll be lower on the other team in the same game.
Oh, for sure. 100%. And I like the Dodgers more on the road here. Like Eric Lauer, I mean, like Lauer's not good, but like Lauer's okay. And like Gage Jump is much better. It's just I prefer the Dodgers offense. And like there's a couple guys that are injured for the Athletics right now. So like, yeah, to me, it's just like I'm gonna play the Dodgers here. I'll probably build them on every team. And like I think they just scored double digits in this spot. And I'm gonna get a lot of bats. And just like their offense turns over quite a bit too because of everyone's so good, right? Like even guys that don't hit the ball walk well. So like, yeah, I think the Dodgers are just in a supreme spot, and I won't be sweating it tonight, Dylan. But I think this is a game that you may want to have. So,
yeah, not for me, but I understand it. I'm glad we're on different things.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from this game, sir?
No, that's it. That's all I got. I mean, my official take is that I'm going to pass. I mean, if I had to play a side, it would be the A's. I like Gage Jump. I obviously can't play him in this spot. I mean, I'd be tempted to play him, but if the Dodgers would be owned at all, but they're not going to be owned. And I think they're way worse. Yeah. They're way worse against lefties. And Gage Jump, solid lefty, doesn't allow a lot of hard contact. For me, something I'd definitely play, but not on the slate.
Yeah. Cool. Let's get the next one here. We got San Francisco going to Arizona. We got Eduardo Rodriguez versus Tyler Mahle. Eduardo Rodriguez has been like serviceable. He's 8K. He's been, like I just from a DFS perspective, I don't ever get there. I guess there is merit against San Francisco. They're a bottom 3 offense in the league. I think to me, I just prefer I think you savage slightly more than him in Lambert as well. And I think they're just like in the same price range. Tyler Malley coming back 6'5" is like not very good either. So I think there's like some merit to like a late night hammer Arizona stack, but I just prefer offenses more. I think Arizona wins this game like 7-2, but I just don't think 7 runs is enough on this slate. I think you're going to want your team to score 10 plus. And I think there'll be multiple offenses that score double digits tonight. So you're going to want to stack 2 of those guys together. So to me, it's like, yeah, enough to be like pass from this game. If I was going to do anything, maybe throw like Eduardo Rodriguez. If I didn't have the salary to get to Savage or didn't have the salary to get to Lambert, I would just throw Eduardo on there. I wouldn't feel bad about it because San Francisco is pretty shaky offensively. So that's where I'm at. What about you, man?
Yeah, I feel about the same. I really don't want to play this spot whatsoever. I think Mali could be picked on, but Arizona's so weak at the bottom half of their lineup that I just don't want to do it in this spot. And on the other side is like, do we really want to play San Francisco against K-Rod? The answer for me is no. K-Rod doesn't get shelled. So it's just like, yeah, he can give up here and there, but he's got such an good off-speed offering that he gets through lineups pretty good, but doesn't have the same K rate he had in past year. So for me, it's just a pass in this game for sure. So I'm good to move on.
Cool. And let's get to the last game on the docket. We got LA Angels going to Seattle. We have Randy Johnson. I'm just kidding. I think it's Ryan Johnson.
He was Randy Johnson last outing. Jesus Christ. He absolutely killed me. He put up like 30 spot. Like,
yeah.
I started
again. So weird because there will be those slates too. And you have George Kirby coming back at 8-6. Yeah, George Kirby just with the Angels like woes in terms of injuries, like he's probably just the best pitcher on the slate at 8-6.
Yeah.
I mean, still 8-6, right? Like there's inconsistency in the profile. So like there's concern there. But I think even in an inconsistent performance, he puts up like 13 to 15, which would be okay. I think that's okay. Like not enough to like win you the slate, but I think that's safe. Yeah. And I think he does have upside for like 25.
He just has George Kirby's always prone to these outings. We can just absolutely go out and shove too. Right, yeah. We can see him go deep, work through a line. He could go. He's the type of guy could definitely go complete game. So I like him in this spot.
His best performance this season is 24 points, and I think like that's kind of where his ceiling lies right now. I think he can maybe exceed that here potentially.
Yeah,
he just hasn't been able to strike enough guys out. But the Angels strike out a lot, so like maybe there's more strikeouts baked in. And in Seattle, it's like, man, you don't feel like he gives up 4+ runs.
If so you can't get right here, does he get right? Right, and he's been pretty good in his last few. With decent strikeouts, 5, 10. That's not bad. I mean, you really would love that 10 strikeouts. But once again, this is a great park to be pitching in. So I really do like it a lot. I mean, a team that can definitely struggle with the best of the Angels. So I'll definitely be interested in playing him here.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, that's it. You going back to the water?
Yeah. I'll be back. Okay, I'm actually gonna go lay with the kids and then but we'll be back to talk baseball tomorrow once we take down the 111 tonight.
One slightly different things. We'll see where things land. Enjoyed the beach. We'll be back tomorrow probably.
Yeah.
You do any World Cup or no?
No, I played some Brazil and they're already down in Japan. So yes,
they're down to Japan.
1-0.
Did you play them in the pick'em?
No, hell no. Dude, hell no. Brazil sucks. I mean, low key sucks. So
yeah, who'd you play? Who'd you play in your pick?
I played the Swiss and then I played Germany.
Okay.
It's just I'm forecasting because you got to start looking at the bracket now and where guys can be out. And
Germany would play Brazil in the next round, or they'll play Japan now.
No, Germany would not play Brazil in the next round. Germany's going to play France.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what happens. How high owned is Brazil?
4%, 5%.
People probably saved them. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows Brazil is kind of low key not good paper tiger. So yeah, but thanks for listening to some baseball. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna go lay with the kids, so
all right,
get a little siesta.
All right, take it easy, sir. We'll be back. Thanks, guys.
Later, man.